everybody, welcome back to another session of the Hopry. My name is Mark Starr, and tonight I'm going to do it again. I'm going to drink another beer out of a can. I may even do a second review tonight. I've got another beer I might try in a can. Anyway, we're getting crazy with cans around the Hopry these days. So I previously mentioned that I had a viewer named Kelly up in Minnesota who watches the Hopry. And again, he was gracious enough to send me, several beers from the Minnesota, Wisconsin area that are pretty hard to get. The one I just reviewed that he sent me was the Cranbic by New Glarus. And now I'm going to try the Surly. I'm going to get Surly, like it says on the can, as a matter of fact. This is their Surly Furious. It's an IPA. Now, the only other time I've ever had a Surly was when I was in Chicago last year. I actually went into the Map Room in Chicago, and I think it was even on Easter Day. I was surprised they were open, but it was actually a pretty nice day out, a little bit cool. Went in, saddled up to the bar. Wasn't a whole lot going on. I think maybe they had a football game or two on. And they had the Surly 16 grit on tap. Well, obviously being a hop fan, I wanted to try it. Let me tell you, it was pretty amazing. So, really looking forward to trying this IPA. And, hopefully it lives up to that. Hopefully it's as, hoppy as I remember the 16 grit being. Well, let's go ahead and open it. There's no cap to bust on here, but we'll just open the can anyway. Got a little bit on the table there, and you know what? You want to drink it all. So let me go ahead and pour it. And this is a bit bigger can than what most people are normally used to getting. This is actually an entire pint. So a little bit bigger than a 12-ounce can. Let me go ahead and move that up there so that you can take a look at the can on that one. But let's talk about the color first. It's actually quite a bit darker than what I'm used to in an IPA. IPAs to me are usually a light golden or orange color. This one's actually a really nice kind of burnt caramel looking color. Maybe just a hint of red. Definitely some orange and brown colors in there. I would say that it's it's fairly clear. I can tell they've probably filtered this one maybe once or twice. But anyway, not a bad looking beer. Definitely, like I said, unique in terms of its color. For a head, kind of a frothy off-white light tan colored head. Looks pretty nice. I've poured it, I don't know, maybe 20-30 seconds ago, and it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. So that's a pretty good sign as well. I can already see that there's some lacing on the glass here. This is a little bit older of an older glass, but so anyway, let's go ahead and stick our nose in there and see what it smells like. Oh yeah. Yeah, see, this has those really nice, I call them West Coast hop aromas just because you start talking about the Pliny the Elders and things like that, you really get those, like pineapple, citrus, mango sort of qualities from hops. I get a lot of that in here. I'm not even smelling a whole lot of the caramel, which is a good sign. There's definitely some really good pine in there. In fact, of all of the IPAs that I've smelled where they had the pine characteristic, I would say this is probably one of the clearest examples of that. Yeah, it's smelling good. I bet it's tasting even better, so let's see what it tastes like. Kelly, once again, thank you. You're very generous to send these beers. Maybe I'll have to send you some as well one day. Just let me know. Yeah, that's solid. This one actually reminds me the most of the Modus Operandi, which I just reviewed, maybe a couple of weeks ago. It's got that real sort of dank, piney, citrusy hop component that I just love. I mean, I could drink this kind of beer all the time. This is without a doubt probably one of my favorite styles of beer. I mean, the bitterness, too, is just perfect. It's just enough to kind of, take all of those hops and all of that flavor and just send it right back down your throat perfectly. You know, even as the beer settles, I can still taste it. I can feel it on all parts of my mouth. I can feel it on my tongue, the roof of my mouth, in my cheeks, back of my throat. You know, I would say this is an extremely good beer, and the fact that it's in a can, you know, come on. I would say that the only drawback that I have with this beer, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the way it smells or tastes, is that it's pretty damn impossible to get a hold of any. Now, you know, obviously, if you can do a trade or contact people and have them send you beers from the like Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois area, which I think those may be the only 3 states you can get this beer in, I highly recommend it. You know, I'm truly looking forward to a time when these craft beers and these breweries can, you know, make enough beer to, you know, get this out to more states. That's really the only way we're going to be able to, you know, take craft beer drinking to the next level, is to make these beers available to everyone. I do highly recommend doing trades, though. You know, regardless of where you live in the world or the United States, there are always folks that are looking for beers that you can get that they can't. So, you know, do some digging, do some research online, get on some message boards, find people that live in places like California, Illinois, New York, Florida, Texas, wherever. You know, reach out to them and see if they want to do a beer trade with you. I know Beer Advocate, you know, does a lot of beer trades and things like that. You can go on their website and kind of dig in. But, you know, this is a really good reason why it's good to reach out to people, why it's good to do trades, because this is a strong beer. I'm really loving the taste. You know, I wouldn't say that it's head and shoulders above anything else. In fact, you know, it's really good, and that's about as much as I'm going to say about this one. In terms of score, I'd probably give this one about a 93, 94. So, you know, it's a good, strong, solid IPA. But now Surly Brewing Company, just real quick before I let you go, Surly Brewing is in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, which is just northwest of Minneapolis. So if you ever find yourself in Minneapolis, you know, A, get yourself a can of this beer, and then B, you know, try to make a jump up there and see about doing like a brewery tour or something like that. I'm looking to go to their Surly Darkness Day next year. That's something I haven't been able to do as of yet, but, you know, would certainly love to get up there and get a couple bottles of the Darkness, as well as Dark Lord and, you know, all the others. But, so anyway, one last shout out to Kelly. This will probably be one of the last beers that I review of yours that you sent me for a little while. I've got, I think maybe 10 or 15 more lined up now, but wanted to get these out of the way so I could thank you. I wanted to try this one fresh as well, but anyway, I'll just close by saying once again that if you follow me on Twitter, you can go to twitter.com/thehopry. And again, thank you everyone for watching my videos on YouTube. Please go to my website. It's www.thehopry.com. And you know what? Please leave me a message. Let's talk about beer. You know, tell me what your favorite IPA is, and you know, we'll kind of, you know, start having some conversations about these beers, and you know, even potentially do some trades ourselves. So anyway, thanks for coming back to the Hopry. My name is Mark Starr, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.